Okay, it is 4 months. Well, 16 weeks on T, but that's basically like 4 months. Um, 4 months on T and 1 month post-op today. I guess there's a lot to update, sort of. As far as physical changes with testosterone, I have it written down. Mostly that I've noticed that I haven't said anything different for a while with this is hair growth. I've noticed a little bit more on my chest, a lot on my stomach, and a little bit on my back. Obviously, my voice is still getting deeper. Um, there, within the last couple weeks, it, there's been like, and this is kind of funny to say because I know that family watches this, but it's just kind of part of my transition, I guess. But in the last couple weeks, there has been an increase, definite increase in libido, so that's starting to get really annoying. But I guess it just comes with the territory, so I have to deal with it. As I've been looking in the mirror and stuff, there's been a slight, if any, I mean, it might just be me thinking and perceiving myself, to look differently because now that I have a flat chest and everything, maybe I'm just looking at myself with different eyes, but, it seems like there might be, like, the fat distribution might be, changing in my body, but very, if at all, very slightly. Um, a lot of this stuff, like, I watch videos of other guys transition and their videos and stuff, and it's funny because you go into this already. I mean, I had watched these from since before I even started taking tea, and I know that tons of people are watching, all these videos of guys going through their transition before they've even started taking tea. It really um, helps you understand what's going to be happening to you when you actually do start tea, or it helps you decide if you want to start tea, which is a great resource. Like, YouTube is amazing for that. However, I've started to notice that there is a lot of placebo effects, and where I hear guys talking about the fact that they can't cry, or within a few, like, within a month of being on T, they notice muscles and stuff and this and that, and like all the things that are supposed to happen or that generally do happen. um but I don't know, I feel like just because we all hear each other saying these things that we just kind of look for them to happen. So I'm trying to take a step back with my transition and trying to realize what's happening for me and me only, and the things that I notice and not what other people are putting into my head. And it's really hard to do that because once the idea or the thought is there, it's really hard to get it out of there. So I could be totally making up the whole fat distribution thing. I know for a fact that the hair has been growing and more because I see it, and that's something that is visual for me, and I notice that change. And the increase in libido, I mean, that is something that is obviously expected, and that is one of the main indicators of being on testosterone. So that's not placebo effect, but little things like with the crying thing. Generally, I'm not a crier, so I don't really know about that. But I will talk about the emotional stuff because I feel like I haven't really talked about emotional things with testosterone. I've started to notice my dynamics with the women in my life, or the dynamics within the relationship with the women in my life, are starting to change a little bit. It's just not in a good or bad way. It's just becoming more clear that I'm different, and that I've noticed that I've been enjoying more, like having more bro time with, like hanging out with the guys and stuff, and just kind of like broing it up, I guess. Like, I'm starting to see that I have more in common with them than I ever did before, and I'm starting to really feel confident in fitting in with them much more than before. Like, before it was just like envy and like, I want to be you, and now it's I am one of you, and I'm you know, like, I'm not fully there yet, but I'm getting there. So that's kind of interesting. And just with the girls hanging out with, you know, like with my girlfriends and stuff, like, it's just it's funny to watch it. I don't know if they notice it. Maybe after watching this video they'll take more notice to it, but it's just interesting. Um, but as far as post surgery stuff, I've been feeling great. Things are still healing very well, and I'm happy with my results and everything. I'm standing a lot taller now and more straight. Like, my posture is really good. Um, I'm more, you know, standing more proud, I guess. Like, I've been noticing, like, I really kind of like push out my chest and like push my shoulders back and stuff, because I'm happy, and I'm definitely more confident now that this is all done. And like every now and then I kind of like do one of these, and I'm like, oh my god, like, it's the greatest feeling ever. Um, but because of that, I think because of that confidence and because of this physical appearance, I'm being perceived more as male in general. So passing has gotten better, and I feel a lot more comfortable in those situations where, you know, before I wasn't totally. But I think because I look so young and I don't really have facial hair or anything yet. I mean, I do have like a little bit of a mustache, but it's really not that noticeable. Um, I think people are still kind of questioning me, but I think when they look at me now and they see that I have a flat chest and that it's like super flat and there's like no indication of anything, um, then I think they kind of like, that just clicks in there. And my voice is a lot deeper now and stuff. You know, I think they don't really have a question about it anymore. But yeah, that's, I mean, as far as emotional and physical stuff like that, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I was pretty down the other day because I was starting to notice these changes, and they were overwhelming me a little bit, because it's interesting. It's a struggle to really work through these things and kind of go with it, and because a lot of it, I mean, there's even changes that I'm not even talking about right now that I could go into in another post, and maybe I will, but there's so many changes, like, rapidly, that are happening that I'm noticing. I'm noticing the way that I react to certain things, you know, within society and stuff like that, and all these little tiny things that I'm not even going to get into. And it's crazy. And it's really making me grow as a person, and grow into the man that I want to be, and, you know, and who I want to be. So it's, I don't know, it's a good thing. I'm happy. That's the bottom line. You know, there's these ups and downs, and I'm gonna ride through them. But at the end of the day, I'm happy. So that's really all I care about. But I'm running up on 8.5 minutes, so I'm gonna cut this short, and I will see you at a later time. All right, bye.